Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to our last Cloudia video, and today we're going to be looking at this Tales of Sirius Part 1 collaboration review. So we've got two of the characters that I don't know anything about. I'm still waiting on Yuri. Yuri is the one that I'm excited about. You know, I saw Tails coming in this game. I was insanely hyped. And then when I saw Yuri was going to be one of the collaboration units, I was like, instant pull. When he comes out, but let's just see when that comes out. Let's look at these two ones first. So, Stahn, we'll be looking at Stahn first. So Stahn is a fire DPS, as you can tell by his, animation here. He has a lot of fire damage. Attempt to strike is quite nice because you can leap towards the enemy, and he has a single target special. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. And his sorting device is his main gimmick, so you want to get this SD up based on your stock gained, and get more during boss levels, which is quite nice. So once this is fulfilled, he has some passives that you'll be able to get stronger with, and we'll be looking at those shortly. And then here the sun charge is more generic, the more expected damage caps and all those kind of good things. You want to equip swords, of course. And let's look at his passives here, skills. He's got guard innately, which is quite nice. He also has a lot of break abilities. So he's a very strong breaker and a very decent guard unit, it looks like. He's got some fire boosts and things like that. And also he has the Chivalrous Mindset 2 sword. So that's quite a huge stat stick right there with that. Favorite sword as well. He's got all the stuff that you'd normally expect, and then he's got all the way down here. So something that's not so normal. Strategic points as well. Damage cap to enemies and break. On top of that, he's got the device attack, so boost fire damage and damage cap based on your SD level. The his first trait there. So you at SD level 6, you're getting quite a big damage cap and percentage boost. Device Exceed, whenever boosting SD level, and you restore your SCT by 1 stock for 1 skill. That's actually pretty good. And then the heavy one, when you're physical attacking, you get your booster break based on the SD level. This is where his breaking abilities come into play. This one right here. He's got Hot-Blooded, which gives him, some, Brave and Fort, and that's okay. And then the Fire Spell is, if they're weak against fire, then he'll be doing even more damage, so quite nice. He's got Indomitable Spirit. It's quite nice. All in all, I think he's okay. If you had Adel already, though, I don't know why you would want him, besides if you need a breaker. Because I guess him and Adel could work together if you were fighting a fire-weak enemy. I think I'm gonna give him an 8 out of 10. I think he's fine. He's like a mini Adel, except he does something a little different than Adel. Something a little different, but alright, let's look at Luke. His Guardian Field does have some healing, which I thought was pretty interesting. So he has some healing. And then what's really interesting is his Lost Fawn Drive. It's a AoE, and then it's a single target, and then it's an AoE again. So that's a different kind of special, at least. That's pretty interesting. That's about it for that, though. His first trait is the typical, damage cap and stuff. And then this Swordsman of Lorelei. The OL, which we'll be looking at shortly, it's one of his skills. He gives the unit's OL gauge buff based on the amount of filled OL gauge, max level 1. And when it's active, it won't fill when a unit or allies are attribute attacking with a skill magic. Chance to give FOF buff of the attribute. Boost chance to boot on trait level. When given OFF buff, deal a powerful extra attack of the attribute when the next skill is used. Okay, fine. And here is the over limit. When using a skill, can't be interrupted by most attacks. Give the unit OL buff. And when its buff is activated, and when it's used, then it goes away. Other than that, though, there really isn't anything here. I mean, the Silver Lining is actually quite nice. At max HP, which you most likely will be doing, skill damage 20%. That's pretty good. He has a decoy ability down here. Not that one. The recall. Pretty good. When an ally is incapacitated, you really don't want this to happen, but you do get a little bit extra damage. And here's the tricky part. See all three of these things here? So you get actually all these things that give some decent things, but they actually give even more if you have 2 of them turned off. So if the other ones are not set, you get a skill damage of 30% and damage cap 8,000. If you turn this one, if you turn off the other ones but this one, you get critical rate 10% and also damage 50%. I think the other one's better, but we'll still get the last one. When the other ones are not set, SD recovery speed 35%. That's pretty good. The green one and the red one I think are the best, but I think overall I think the red one's better. It's just a straight up 8k cap and also skill damage 30%. I think it's better than the other two, but let me know in the comment section down below which one you guys like better. Personally, I mean the green one's the second best. The third one, it's only 10%. I mean the damage 50% is quite nice, but I mean I think this one's just better, and I think this one. So red, green, and then blue. But yeah, it is what it is. I think I'm gonna give him an 8.5. I'm gonna give him an 8.5 out of 10. I think he's pretty good. But he's a light DPS. We've had a few light DPS already, and if you have 8L, he kind of actually covers light and fire, so you don't really need to pull for either of these if you had 8L already. Unless you like these characters, of course. And I can feel how that is when I want Yuri. So hopefully we'll be knowing more about Yuri soon. Let's look at these arcs here. Really, I mean, this is okay. But you really need more people with swords, so it's just okay. And the last thing the only thing you really care about is the Swordian Might, which gives you a little attack damage there. And then the last one, well, now we'll end the battle. 40 seconds after battle start, give a damage dealt 20% buff. That's very good. The rest is just okay. But equipping swords is decent. And the AER, I don't really... it's not that great. Pretty sure there's much better than this, so... Not that great of a weapon, but it's okay, I guess, but it's not that great. I'll give this like a 7.5. Because there really isn't a lot of useful skills on this besides like the last one in the Swordian Might. And Battle of Eldrant Arc. When an ally uses a tribute magic, give damage 30% buff for the next skill that attribute used. You get a continuous haste effect, okay. Whenever spell shield is used, all tribute attack damage 5%. And you get an additional, effect of being 5% damage taken. That's quite nice. That's quite decent. For my existence, I will not lose. That's not too bad. You get 7% to strength and defense buff. And we cannot see eye to eye. That's alright. Whatever anti-type you might have equipped, they'll do an extra 20%. And if you have that equipped, whatever anti-effect you had equipped, they'll do less damage to you. I believe that's what that means. It's kind of worded a little differently. This one's kind of decent. It doesn't have any stats, but 3 times not being able to be affected by stat assailants is quite nice. So equip this on a support, equip this on a DPS that doesn't really care about stats, I suppose, but it kind of hurts by not having any stats, but the effect is quite nice trait. So I would give this arc an 8.5. There is a lot better on this arc than the other one. So overall, I don't think this is a must-pull banner, but if you want to wait for Yuri, I think that would be better. And then now that the review is over, as we always do when we look at the stuff in here. So, Dilmos. I remember this had a pretty good effect. When only weapon is equipped, break 100%. That's actually quite powerful. Fire attack damage 20% and damage cap 33,000. That's not too bad for him. You want it definitely for the break 100%. That's quite powerful. So that's quite good. I wasn't too impressed with this armor. Haste effect, okay. And you take 10% less damage. I mean, it's not really that great. This armor is definitely not a must-have. If you can only pick one of these, definitely get the weapon instead of the armor. And now for the other one, the Luke continuous Grand Brave effect. That's quite good. So now you don't have to use Grand Brave on him. Light physical damage 10% and damage cap 15k, or 1,500. I mean, it's not too bad. The continuous Grand Brave effect is quite nice though, so pretty good. And then Luke's cloak, which is not an actual clothes, it's an accessory. Physical, magical, attack damage, take 10%, not too bad. And chance for deal, this is the bottom part is what you would want it for. So not too bad. Not too amazing, but it's just okay. If you were to pick one, I think you'd pick the sword. Because of the continuous Grand Brave effect. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you. Good luck if you pull, or just wait for Yuri like I'm doing. And make sure to stay tuned for the Yuri review whenever that's revealed. Thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.